Make this pussy stop talking. You're not one of the gods, you're one of the god awful. We all got kin. When looking at your fox, bitch, stick to smash 4 and losing by 4 stocks. Not a fan of your style, you ain't standing your ground. You get wins while kicking a man when he's down. Like, I beat Mango, I'm the favorite if he chokes. As far as Armada goes, I'll just wait till he's a host. Ain't no telling how foolish you'll be looking. Evidence.zip can't contain the ass whooping. Right when we realize the money match is over, that'll be a cue to throw your controller.
Welcome to Gang Stalking, the most combative anime podcast around. We're taking no
Stay
names.
away from us. Stay away from us.
Stay away unless
you don't want any piece of this.
Dissed.
Yeah. Suck a dick, drink the piss.
Other people already done with their seasonal impressions, not us, because we're thorough.
They didn't really watch it.
I don't.
If you were able to suss out the quality of a show, the first episode of a show within 3 weeks of viewing it, you didn't really sit with it enough. We actually have already seen everything. I don't know if we ever talk about this.
Yeah, this is always our third time watching every show.
Yeah, I don't think people give us enough credit for how much effort we put into this show.
Understand the decades of work that goes into this.
We go into a hyperbolic time chamber, and inside that we're able to watch a lifetime of one episode of an anime.
Yeah, every episode you hear is the best take we got out of hundreds and hundreds of the same episode we recorded many, many times. And then we redo it, but live. So this is the best one.
Yeah, never improv.
Yes. And let me just tell you, as someone who knows everything that's coming, I was in the time chamber. This one kind of killed. So get ready.
This is a humdinger. This is a real humdinger.
We had a great time doing this one in the time chamber. So.
Hey, I hope you guys have as much fun listening to this podcast as we had making it. That's
if we can achieve that, then that's all we need, you know?
Yeah, it's about the craft. I don't know if you know this, but I've spent more time watching the first episode of the new Anne of Green Gables remake than they did animating it. Each individual person all put together.
Hours. Yeah.
Yeah, all of the people sleeping under desks to make anime, that's pedestrian. No. Sleeping under desks to watch anime, that's like another level entirely. I can't actually go any further in this podcast without talking about my current suffering that I'm going through right now.
What's that?
I have a medical malady of a low-grade sort. I was out in a park yesterday having a picnic for Easter.
This is the setup to like a 19th century mystery novel, like Sherlock Holmes and the Medical Malady.
I went to this park and met with someone, and we had a little picnic in the park, and I could not identify.
You're having a picnic? Come on now.
Whatever the critter was that somehow this insect that ever. I've never been so gross after getting bitten by something. First of all, there is just a series of bites all along my ankles and knees that I did not feel at the time. It wasn't until later that I'm like, ooh, I'm itchy. And then I realized something had been fucking biting me. So that was really annoying already because I was scratching myself while having this nice picnic.
You're having like an on-the-ground picnic, not even at a table?
We had a blanket. On the ground. And I was a little disappointed. I gotta be honest. A little disappointed by the size of the blanket this person brought. Was really expecting something pretty long.
A big enough blanket? No.
If I had laid down, both my head and like everything from my ankles down would have been off of the blanket. Probably my shoulders too. So that's bad enough. But this is gonna get really gross. So I'm so sorry. I'm not actually that sorry because I'm living through it. So imagine how bad it is for me. So it's all pus-filled welts, right? But the scabs forming on the surface of my skin are all translucent yellow scabs, and they keep.
You're transforming.
I'm going through a Cronenberg movie right now.
Have
you ever?
You're seeing infrared light. You're You're getting punched. You're the fly. You're gonna be the weevil or something.
Has your cat ever had worms? Did your cat have worms at any point? Okay, so when your cat has worms, which mine did because it was a stray, once you start terminating these worms through medication, they start shedding all of these worms through their asshole in the form of little yellow translucent pill-shaped sort of things. Like, you know, they just kind of end up on surfaces or whatever, and it's gross, but they're dead, so whatever. The calluses forming on my leg are shedding in a way that looks so similar to that I am so repulsed, and cool. I am. I must have an allergic reaction to whatever this thing is, because it's definitely there's no bug small enough to produce a bite like this unless you're having like some sort of reaction. Otherwise, I would have felt it at the time, but I didn't. So
taken a picture and shown ChatGPT or something. I bet I can tell you what it was.
No, I'll have to do that. I don't trust AI, and I want them to not know that I exist. So the fact that you even said those words aloud on this podcast is not helping my cause, because you probably just triggered.
Leg. Come on, do it right now. It'll be good content.
But okay, sure. Let me take my pants off.
Don't send it to me.
Well, are you sure?
I'm sure.
I was just gonna send it. Maybe I send it to you and then you send it.
No, that's okay. No.
Which one?
I don't need that. I don't know.
One?
Do Grok. You already have a Twitter account, so you can just use Grok.
Okay. All right. Let me get the lowdown here. Okay. This is good content.
This is good. Yeah, we got to figure out what type of animal, did you, and then we can.
What's wrong with me?
We can wage war.
But this is no mosquito, I assure you. Okay, so Grok. How do I even do this?
On the Twitter sidebar, there's a circle with a line through it, and that's Grok.
Okay, I'm ready. For those about to Grok, we salute you.
Exactly. Yep. What the fuck is this?
What bit me? Question mark.
Happy D says Grok. That's right.
Mosquito bites, flea bites, spider bites, chigger bites. Probably chiggers. Intensely itchy, small red spots, often in clusters. Grassy or wooded areas tend to bite in areas where clothing is tight. Yeah, that's those are chigger bites.
Oh, I saw one of these the other day. I was like, what the fuck is this thing? I don't see those very often.
Let me get a look at this.
So they bite you, huh? They're like, they're like little bright red ticks.
That's definitely what it must be, because people talk about them being around here in my area all the time. All right, well there we go. I got a bunch of fucking chigger bites all over me. But yeah, no, I might be allergic to them, but they're disgusting. They're disgusting. Rip to the pop. Oh, he's talking about
the papa died.
Papa no longer in the house. The house being the Vatican.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's my current foible. What's been going on with you, big dog?
That's I don't know. I'm sleepy because I ate some kind of I thought eating my mom's Impossible sausage concoction. I thought like just once it'll be fine, but I felt like I felt like halfway like to a panic attack today. I felt like on a conscious level, on the I'm aware that I'm just a cool dude living a chill life, but on the inside I felt something. I felt like the walls were closing in on me, and I don't yes.
What did it taste good at least?
It was pretty good.
All right, nice. Well, yeah, that's what matters in the end. I mean, people have suffered through more for less.
It's pretty good. Yeah, and then other than that, no, that's really all that's been going on is the Impossible sausage. Sausage got me fucked up.
I had one of the biggest. This is so pathetic. Okay, all right, fuck it, whatever. I went and saw the movie Warfare today, which is the new Alex Garland movie. It's very good. It's very good. I liked it a lot. And by liked it a lot, I mean it was horrified by it. That was a That was a really traumatic watch, which is just what he does. All of his movies leave you feeling bad. And not in new ways. In new ways, he finds ways to make you feel bad. It's not just like characters like die or anything like that, and that's what makes you feel bad. It's just he always finds a new way to make you horrified. He finds a way to just leave you feeling like, oh, I had not even considered the gravity of this idea, if that makes sense. That's what his movies do. In this case, the idea was extreme violence and being in the front line of a military scenario. I know that it's been done over and over and over again, but without going into too great of detail, the conflict in warfare is there is no obvious greater purpose for the fight that's going on. It's basically they're doing mundane shit until they get into a horrible fight, and there's never a moment where you're like, well, all of this makes sense now and it's all worth it. And the movie's not nihilistic. It doesn't like present this to you as like very on the nose. It's just, you think about it, you're like, what the fuck was this whole battle that these guys got into over? It's one military engagement that took place over like 2 hours.
In one day, and it's all because it's like, oh, we have to drive this truck over here.
Right. Basically, and that's the whole movie. But anyway, leaving the movie theater, guy holds open the door for me, and he's like, "Oh, what'd you think of the movie?" He's like, "That was pretty intense, huh?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man, that was Alex Garland." We talked about Alex Garland for a bit. I wasn't really looking at him, and then I look at him and I'm like, wait a minute, I recognize this guy. And he's one of the actors from one of my favorite Richard Linklater movies. He's one of the guys from Everybody Wants Some.
Oh shit!
Which I love. Which I love.
Yeah, and I'm like, seen that like 10 times.
And I'm like, I don't just dive in and be like, holy shit, you're Plumber. And it's like, no, I'm like, are you an actor? He's like, yeah, man, yeah, Yeah. I'm like, you're in Everybody Wants Some. I love that movie. And he's like, oh yeah. And we chatted on our ways to a car. And he asked me what I did, and I told him that I do documentary filmmaking, which is maybe a slight embellishment. I have made documentaries.
Totally.
Yes,
that's true.
I'm a documentary filmmaker, and he's like, oh, what's some of the stuff that you made? And I told him about the documentary that went to HBO last year, and he's like, oh, I saw it. It was really good. And I was like, what? It was so this D-list actor, which is I'm sorry if you hear me, you won't. You won't hear me, but I'm sure he would recognize that he's a D-list actor. This D-list actor, seeing a movie that I worked on, gave me the biggest fucking charge ever. It was so good. It was fucking awesome. So that was quite the rush.
You dove back into the field. You dove back into the park. Like, take me, chiggers. I don't care.
Yeah.
I can handle all of you.
I'm immune to all of the ills of the world. But yeah, that was pretty fucking
That's
awesome.
Wild. That's awesome.
That was, I mean, really, because people have told me that they've seen the movie before. Like, I've had conversations with people, and they're like, oh, what do you do? Oh, really? You worked on that? I saw that. But the fact that it was somebody who, about 10 years ago, I was watching in a movie and being like, that dude is so fucking awesome. It was really very, very validating. So, yeah, that was a nice moment, especially coming out of a movie that was filled with nothing but horrors. So, so yeah, that's my day. And I've been riding high off of that. I'll probably be riding. If you could have shot me in the back of the head at that moment, it would have been like, yeah, I'd be up at the pearly gates and be like, yes, a life fulfilled. But yeah, anyway. Yes, very happy, very pleased to receive any kind of professional validation in my life, because that's rare when you're in a field where nobody ever gets to do the thing that they want to do. Every person who sets out on this career path, you can say every person, because statistically, the people that actually get to do the thing that they want to do in this career are complete outliers, and so many standard deviations away from the mean that they don't exist, basically. So that was it. That was my enjoyment there. That's my career validation right there. So I can go work at a 7-Eleven now. I'm happy. Anyway,
congrats.
That's so yeah. I guess I talked a little bit about Warfare there. That was my big thing. I've rewatched all the Jackass movies, every single one of them.
Just recently.
Over the past week, I've rewatched every Jackass movie, which is not hard. They're very short. You know, they're all like an hour and 20 minutes or whatever. And basically, I was watching them while winding down at night. Like I would be getting ready to go to bed, and my cat would be outside. I'd be waiting for him to come in, and I would just put on a Jackass movie. And whenever my cat came in, I'd pause it and go to sleep. So I have the official breakdown of Jackass movies by quality. So number one, the best Jackass movie ever is Jackass 3.
Did you do all the
perfect.
0.5s?
Sure did. Of course I did.
And like separately, or is that those are just the same movie with more stuff, right? So you like
they are standalone films.
Oh, it's
so
it's entirely
they do in some ways like maybe they'll elucidate something about the movie, like they'll reveal something about the process of making the movie. Like they have interviews and stuff, which the Jackass movies don't have, and usually they're much shorter. So anyway, Jackass 3D is the best one. It has Phantom camera introduced, which means that you get like all of the insanely high-res slow-mo stuff, which is great.
Phantom cameras when you can see the cast after they die.
Yes, yeah. I mean, basically,
their own deaths.
The human face really shouldn't distort the way that it does. But when you get punched,
watchers like, oh, we've been doing that to them this whole time. Jesus Christ.
There's an ongoing bit in that movie where Bam is the worst. He's such a fucking piece of shit in those movies, and that's saying something. That takes some doing to be the worst member of the Jackass cast. But he has this bit in part 3 where he goes up behind people and splashes one side of their face with water, and then when they turn, he punches the other side of their face because they they react and turn the other way. So he's punching them directly in the fucking the face. And he does this 3 times throughout the movie. He's going to go for it a 4th time. But everybody else on set has staged a... they basically staged a prank on it. They set him up where somebody goes up to him and is like, producer right now is in a chair. He's totally unattended. You can get him. The floor falls out from underneath him, and he falls into a pit of snakes. and he is terribly afraid of snakes. It's like one of his trademarks as a member of the cast. And seeing his fear and misery is so satisfying. It's like, and the way that they structure it in the movie is fucking perfect because you want him to hurt. you want because he's really gotten away without anything terrible happening in this movie, and then he gets it about as bad as anybody. And the funny thing is like, it just reinforces how much of a fucking giant pussy he is, in that like he's been going up and cold clocking people the entire movie, and then he gets put into a pit with a bunch of animals that aren't going to hurt him, and he's like crying and simpering like a fucking huge pussy. And they're like talking about how he hates everybody on the crew. It's pathetic. So anyway, Jackass 3 is the best. Then it's 4. Then it's 2. Then it's 1. And then for the 4.5s are kind of their own thing. The best 4.5 I would say is probably, or the best 0.5 movie is probably 3.5, then 4.5, then 2.5. So there you go.
Okay.
I think they really reached their peak with Jackass 3. There's my comprehensive breakdown of the Jackass films.
Nice. Happy D watched the Hatsune Miku movie, which I guess is a thing. My friend who's a
I did not realize this happened.
Fan. Half of the speakers didn't work, so a lot of the music sections had characters singing muffled. Most people I had ever seen in a theatrical anime movie release. Huh. Colorful stage, the movie, a Miku who can't sing. Well, that's appropriate then that the speakers weren't working. PA works? Oh my goodness.
That probably had a budget, huh? Let's see.
Yeah, probably. Oh my God, they PA worksified my Miku. Nah, she looks.
Let me see. Let me see here.
Let's see which one's good here.
I had a friend message me recently, and he's like, this is a person who has seen a shit ton of anime, and is like aware of Japanese culture and is like plugged in. And he's like, I have just learned that Hatsune Miku is not a real person. Like, what?
Well, he thought there was a real voice actress.
I guess, but like it was myself and Chase were the other people in the chat, and like we're like, what do you mean you didn't realize Hatsune Miku wasn't a real person?
What do you mean by that exactly?
Yes, please clarify this statement. And he's like, not only is it like he didn't realize it wasn't a gorillas thing where they had like characters. It's like, no, it's just straight up a computer. It's like it's a computer doing the voice. And you're like, it has been 20.
Uses a real person's voice samples.
Does it? Is that what that is?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
In a way, yeah. Vocaloid is. They did use a human to make the syllables.
That makes sense.
In some sense, I believe.
Vocaloid software.
Yeah, the voice of Miku is Saki Fujita.
Oh, well, okay. I'll give you a sucky. But I thought that was very, very humorous to just like to just not
her, like. I get not knowing exactly what's going on with Miku, but yeah, saying I thought she was a real person is very funny. Like there's multiple levels on which she could not possibly be a real person. Like she's a hologram and she's anime and she's got a robot voice. Like
yeah, so I thought that was great. Trying to think if there's. I watched the second Jason Bourne movie last night because I had finished all of the fucking Jackass movies. Watch the Bourne Supremacy.
Supremacy, yeah, okay.
Supremacy. So Supremacy, Ultimatum, and then Legacy is like the Jeremy Renner movie. Okay. So this is the first Paul Greengrass one. The first one was Tony Gilroy. So this is where the shaky cam actually starts. In earnest, like, and it is no fucking joke, man. It is topsy-turvy. It is basically impressionist at a certain point. It's almost like the thing is that it works. Like when you're watching the movie, you understand.
It was always used as an example of extreme shaky cam that did actually manage to pull it off, at least somewhat.
It does work, but then when you break down exactly what all of the shots are, it shouldn't work at all. It's the most extreme example of like elliptical editing I've ever seen, where like we're jumping like 10 seconds at a time constantly during these like chase sequences. Like people are just like in entirely new areas instantaneously. It's really like it's wild. But I actually think it might be better than the first movie. It's got a lot of very funny. This just kills me. I love it. It's any time that Jason Bourne has he's got the drop on somebody. Like he's tracked them down and he's on a rooftop somewhere and he calls them and then like they're like, it's like, Jason, why don't you come in so we can talk about this? He's like, your coffee's about to boil over. And then they're like, what? And they look out the window.
Oh God.
You just burned your toast. And then they turn and look out the window.
Your socks are mismatched.
It just kills me. And the thing is that the movies are so well made that it totally works. Again, it's like all of these things out of context are fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
It's like the Riddler singing Ave Maria in Batman. If the Batman movie wasn't fucking amazing, that would be the cringiest thing anybody has ever laid on the screen. But because the movie earns it, because the movie is that good, it can get away with it, and it's actually genuinely fucking haunting. Anyway,
I love this fucking poster. How it looks like he's in like a light jog. He's just seeing like a light fender bender, and he's like doing his jog, like, oh, it's over there.
This,
Check my watch.
There's a scene in the beginning of this movie when it's a montage intercut of like they basically have to do a baseline amount of exposition for people who haven't seen the first movie. Like they just, because it's a blockbuster film, they have to make sure everybody can kind of enjoy this. And it's intercutting between him running along the beach in a full sprint, and he's wearing cargo shorts and a plain blue shirt, and it looks like skateboard shoes or something. Like it looks like he's dressed like a high schooler in 2004 or whenever this movie came out.
Just gunning it.
Yeah, and he is sprinting full tilt, and it's like him training. He's like running on the beach to keep his physical training up. And then his girlfriend is in their home that they share, and she's like looking through the files that he's got, and it's a bunch of notes of like, who was I? Question mark, question mark, question mark. And it's like photos of them together, on the beach, and then like, we are in love, know.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's shit. Like what is Treadstone, which was the project that he was a part of. It's again, it's like it's all stuff that should not work at all and should be hilarious, but I just love it. It's so charming. It's there's a charming simplicity to it, and there are genuine moments where like he does things that are clever, and but there's also moments where it's like no person, he does the like a Sherlock Holmes thing where it's like there's no way anybody could ascertain that information based on like the context clues. Like it's a little bit too much of a reach, but I love them. I can't help but
is your wife in her third trimester yet? How did you know that? You have a pen in your hand, and who would hold a pen in their hand unless someone who's intending to write something? And what are you writing? Well, it goes on for 5 minutes.
I can smell placenta on your dick. Did you think I was just
fuck?
Do you think I was just sucking you off because I wanted to?
Now I'll be able to find you anywhere.
Yeah, I they're fun as hell. I look at him and I'm like, man, that guy's so cool. I think that's just about everything going on in my life. Do you feel like you're ready to start talking about Japanimation?
I've never been more ready.
All right, well then I just build the suspense because I'm gonna go have a piss, and then when I come back, it's time.
Okay. All right. What have I been doing? I've been cleaning rugs. That's not very interesting. I don't know. I had this big industrial fan I was using to dry rugs, and my house was very loud for a while. I don't know what happened last night. I feel like I got zero sleep. I feel like I'm on the cusp of of hallucinating. Like I'm really playing with fire here. I'm right on the edge. Something's wrong. I'm not doing it. No more Impossible Sausage. I'm only doing feasible sausages from now on. Only the pig's dick and butt and balls and ass and like feet and whatever it is, just the good stuff that's supposed to be in sausage. Just a bunch of earwax and tongue. Because I don't know, or it was the fact that like I ate an entire bag of Hershey's eggs, but I don't think that should do this.
I am here.
Hello. This is part 2 of the greatest.
Oh yeah. Season. It is part 2, isn't it?
The Gesot, the greatest season of all time. The first show is Rock wa Lady no Tashinami Deshite. Rock is a lady's modesty. Manga adaptation, Bandai Namco.
Bamco.
It's Bamco. It's Namkai. And this is a show about girls going to a fancy school. You could tell it's a fancy school because Everyone's very fancy because they get very long skirts, I guess. And our main character is a fancy girl, but she's kind of pretending to be fancy, as is usually the character with girls. Girl characters set in fancy schools, like Karikano. Was that a fancy school? I don't know, but she was supposed to be fancy. She was only a little bit fancy though.
You either are a fancy person pretending not to be fancy, or a non-fancy person pretending to be fancy. It's either one of those. You can't just go to the fancy place.
Yeah. Well, yeah, she's nobility in some way.
Yes.
But she has to try real hard because she's not naturally fancy. And she meets this other fancy girl who she finds out plays the drums. Gasp. I don't know if this is supposed to be scandalous or something. I don't think there's anywhere or any place that exists where people would be off-put by a rich girl playing the drums. I don't know. Did you like the ballpark shows, ED? I did a lot, yes.
I think... So the main character has a reason why she can't be playing the guitar. Because she's got trauma.
Not to, I believe.
She got trauma.
Yeah.
But the other girl is just shredding.
She likes to jam, yeah.
Yeah, it takes a really long time to get here to the scene that actually matters. I think that really tells you what the show is, which is that she goes to the music room in this like building that's kind of somewhere off, like on the outskirts of campus, and finds the girl playing drums. And I think she's going there to return a guitar pick to her. Is that right?
Yes.
She found drum girl's guitar pick, and drum girl's like, well, if you recognize like what a guitar pick is, which means that you must play guitar. That's the only thing. The only people who knows what a guitar pick is people that have played guitar before, because it's not
accurate,
instantaneously recognizable for what it is. Because there are very few things that actually have that shape. It's people use. It's either something used to scrape keef on the keef catcher on your fucking grinder, or it's a guitar pick. Those are the two things. So you either smoke weed or you play guitar. So goes to the music room, returns guitar pick, gets told if you're going, you should use the pick. You should play guitar while I play drums. I've got a track. Why don't you play guitar while I play drums? And we go into the protagonist's headspace as she's like, you think you prissy girl, you think you know how to play drums. Let me show you how I can play guitar, because you obviously don't have the pain that I have, because rock and roll is fueled by pain, not by drugs. Yeah. So she tries to out-shred the drummer's play, and she can't. She is outmatched. And you get to the end of their dual performance there, and she's like, I think I held my own, but this girl that's playing drums is so good. And the drummer's persona of kind of general pleasantness, like, she's the number one in the school who has to have like the perfect attitude all the time, totally strips away, and she screams at her that she sucks at playing guitar and that she should fucking quit, like an internet griefer.
It's a competitive. It's not a Carol and Tuesday like, wow, we're so amazing together. Is this toxic Yuri? Is that what the kids are calling it?
This is exactly what this is.
Is this
yes.
toxic? This might be toxic Yuri. Yeah, because they're like buddy rivals or something.
But really very mean. That's like she's vile to her.
Yeah.
She's vile to her, and
maybe she just
that's basic.
Maybe she's actually very embarrassed on the inside, and next episode she'd be like, I can't believe
possible.
I said that, that's or
possible,
something like that, or maybe she's just a real asshole, which would be kind of funny.
And she has to be tamed.
Yeah, exactly.
But this is the only part of the show that really matters, I think. Honestly, it was kind of boring until we got here, and then I liked the inner monologue stuff. The guitar playing is pretty ugly because a lot of the wide shots are like CG. If they go into a close-up, she's drawn, but like the wide shots of them playing are CG and look great. I wish it was all drawn. If it was all drawn, it'd probably put it over the top for me and be something I can genuinely, like, without qualification, say is pretty interesting. But I would just say this is fine. I wish there was more going on here than just this dynamic, but there is not. There's an example of a CG shot there where, like, you could see, like, the outline doesn't look right, and the fingers are obviously too, like, those are not drawn fingers. So it's I didn't hate this. My impression is obviously a week old because you had not watched this when we recorded it last time, so I'm kind of drawing upon what I remember.
I don't understand. Somebody explain to me.
There was a finger in the center of it. Then you would really get it.
I don't. You've only raised more questions.
Why would you put your finger in a flower?
Yeah, that's not where that goes.
It's fine. I didn't dislike it.
It's pretty by the numbers, except for like this one sort of, the dynamic of their relationship at the end. But it's not great. It's not terrible. Rock show.
We could have gone faster. If we had gotten there in the first 5 minutes, and then we got a full, like, 17 minutes of them having this dynamic, and I could understand more of it, I probably would have liked it a little bit more.
Yeah, they should have just jammed for 10 minutes and then just started violently slamming clams.
I would have improved my enjoyment, no doubt. All right.
Okay. The next up is Saikyou no Ousama. Well, hey, give it a chance. Come on.
It is the best season ever, after all.
Nidome no Jinsei wa Nani o Suru, the beginning after the end, an American web novel series written by Turtle Me. In Studio A Cat. This one was loud for some reason. I had to turn my volume down. I don't know why this one was so much louder than all the other shows. This guy is the king of I don't know, of some land, and then he becomes a baby. It's one of these. He turns into a baby. He's like, why am I a baby? He spends most of the episode being a baby. He has I don't know if it's his brother or something. I don't know. There's a guy who punches hogs. I think he's like a kind of fantasy, like a future, like Final Fantasy kind of future place. But then he goes to like a classic isekai fantasy cabin. So he learns their magic system by reading, even though he can't speak.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick. Let's go back to the world that he comes from, the dumbest world ever, which is a world in which we got spaceships. They basically have a bunch of like spaceships, but he's still killing people with a sword. Like he's still having one-to-one. I don't. He doesn't use it in a magical way. It's pretty much I think any sort of
magic. It's just like they cancel each other out, so you can't tell how much force. It's like watching Dragon Ball Z guys fight. It's like any one of those blows would destroy a skyscraper, but he's just you can't tell.
What about if I had a gun? Because if we got flying things that are able to level cities,
they use swords in like Gundam, but that's they still have.
Well, those are laser swords. Those are laser swords. That's different.
Okay, I guess.
It's also worth noting, kind of stupid in Gundam too. It's not one of my favorite elements of Gundam. I'm not going to come to the aid of Gundam here. I'm going to hang that one out.
Well, if you want to talk about world building, this show has one of the funniest lines I've heard in a while.
Please.
Where he goes, he gets isekai and he's like, oh, in this land, the kingdom is inherited instead of in mine where it is seized. And it's like, that's not a system where your monarchy gets seized. Like, it's not like everyone decided that, like, what does that mean? That means nothing.
That means that he's the dumbest motherfucker on the planet. That means that he is terminally fucking stupid. If he thinks that, if he realizes that in his world, hey, wait a minute, in my world, the crown has always been taken.
Yeah, like,
and he's like, that's how it's always been.
Obviously, it would be hereditary if it wasn't getting seized every fucking time. That's like saying, oh yeah, when you're done having a car, it gets stolen. No, you're not supposed to. It's not supposed to get stolen.
It shouldn't even occur to him. Oh God, yeah, like
what a fucking moron.
Well, the thought process should be, hey, wait a minute, maybe in my world it wasn't supposed to be stolen all the time.
I kind of like you'd think of the definition of the word stolen. Like,
never gotten that far.
No, just hadn't thought about it.
This show is this is really fucking trash, dude.
Yeah.
This is garbo. Please keep going.
I don't know.
We were due for a real stinker, and we got it.
His parents like introduced themselves by name to him, which is a weird way to introduce yourself to your own baby.
Hello, baby. That's clearly not ours.
I'm Francis, or whatever he says. Like,
yeah.
I'm Leopold. Yeah. So yeah, this guy is punching like giant hogs. He's just always in the woods punching hogs. And then he reads a bunch and blows up their house, and they're like, "Wow, our baby's so good at magic. He's amazing." This shot of him looking at himself in the mirror is very funny. Like, I'm a fucking baby. Yeah. It's not good.
I don't like
American. An American was like, "I got an angle on this. Yo, watch this shit."
Watch this shit, indeed. Why do I have to hear about this baby shitting himself? Can we just omit that?
That's how you know he's a baby, because that's what babies do. Isn't it funny that he's the king and he's pooping in his pants?
I kind of enjoy pooping in my pants.
Turtle is like a Korean guy. It looks like, all right, well, that's...
This is so dumb. I can't believe somebody sat down and wrote this.
This is, I didn't know the series was abbreviated, so it's the beginning after the end, or T-bait. Do not T-bait.
This is, I mean, it's so lazy, but in a way
what does r/T-bait novel have to say about this show? Yes, it has its own subreddit. I'm just finding out. I love T-bait. I've reread both.
I love debate too, dude.
The novels and the webcomic. However, the anime adaptation shows literally no self-respect for his own work. Well, he didn't make the anime. Yeah. I'm not saying he should be as picky as the author of Vagabond, but how can anyone look at Studio A-Cat's previous projects and think, well, that's it. Sure, their other anime all look like weird PowerPoint presentations, but they'll somehow handle... The problem is the animation.
That's the problem. Yeah, that's really what the glaring issue here is.
Yeah, the number of frames. I had little to no expectations before watching the first episode, especially after seeing Studio A-Cat's past anime. Seriously, check them out. But I still decided to give it a shot. Somehow it managed to disappoint me even more. I hope that since it was T-bait and Turtle-Me mentioned he was going to be following the project closely, it would at least be watchable. Spoiler, it's absolutely not. There's a devoted community, a beloved story, and even an excellent webtoon adaptation. Was this anime really necessary? Couldn't Turtle-Me have waited for a better studio to approach him? No.
You are so lost. This is
very orthogonal to all the problems this has.
This is really like we have reached maximum illiteracy as a population.
If only Madhouse could have fixed this. It's like,
yeah.
Or what's the studio that these people know, like Production IG.
Yeah, we need directed Cowboy
Bones.
Bebop.
Yeah, why isn't Bones doing this? Come on, guys.
It's Shinichiro Watanabe.
Why isn't Bones adapting my favorite American webtoon? I was a king and now I'm reborn as a baby? Poopy poop? Come on. Come the fuck on, dude.
I mean, again, like, this goes to show, like, there is no thinking about this. It is literally, does it look good or does it not look good? And if it does look good, Western audiences will chomp it. And if it doesn't look good, Western audiences won't fuck with it at all. There is no thought behind what this story... Like, have this be the most incredibly animated thing in the world. Have it be look like fucking Akira. It is still a story about a guy who talks about how he can't control his bowels because he's a baby. It's like, we're not... It's not... Oh, God.
To be fair to Turtle-Me, it's an anime adaptation for a series that's not even 10 years old. And even its first adaptation with the webcomic isn't even halfway complete. What?
How long is this? How long is this story?
Not even 10 years old. I mean, come on.
How is it?
It's a baby.
Is it done?
I don't think it's done. Well, I actually.
Oh God.
Do
we have the manga
at the end? No, it's July 2018 to present. So I mean, It's got 7
It
volumes.
It was a novel. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
This is really dire. I don't like knowing this. I This is the intellectual capacity of the people watching these fucking programs. That's all I have to say. Whatever, we'll move on.
Huge
I'm not saying
fans
that
of
I'm not saying that I'm a fucking genius, but at least I could recognize that this was never going to be anything worth watching. Let's move on.
Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, Danjo no Yuujou Seiritsu Suru Iyashinai. Can a boy-girl friendship survive? And I like this a lot. I read that title, and in my head, I immediately, obviously, was like, no. And then it turns out that's part of the title. The actual translation is, "Can a boy-girl friendship be possible?" And then in parentheses, no, it can't. so pretty good.
I think calling this a friendship is already disingenuous.
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, it's already over. Like, it's pretty much
she's like grinding on his cock.
I mean, it is to her. I mean, like, honestly, you know, I think this level of female delusion is possible, where she's like, he's my best friend, and she's telling him shit like, don't show your sparkly eyes to anyone except for me, and she just like doesn't want to fuck him at all. I think that's possible.
Commented on my sparkly eyes has been face down in my pillows like 30 minutes later. Like,
he doesn't know how to do that. He's just a little Japanese boy who likes to sell trinkets.
I mean, he's fucked. I mean,
this is no help in this.
This enterprise. The opening of the show is him talking about how his big dilemma is that he's like, I was never cut out to be a salesman. Like, what the
little
fuck?
Accessories.
What are we doing? Please.
This is a light novel. JC Staff, but yeah, he likes to sell things, and he's got this cute girl who hangs out around him. And yeah, this initial scene, then there's a bit of a time skip of a couple years, and they're in, I assume, high school.
Jump back and forth.
Yeah, a little bit. So yeah, he's got her. There's also this other hot girl he meets, who breaks a bracelet that he sells. So
being covered in milk, by the way, I did not like that. I did not like when she sprayed milk on him at all.
I mean, that's fine.
No, it went on his face. He got it on his face.
Oh, he did. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he got cum shotted by this girl.
And here's what I like how she looks more in the present. I like it's good hair.
Choker.
Yeah, good collar. Yeah. And she's just like always monkey barring around on him. Yeah, it's torture. This is what if a girl liked you, but like, you know, a more advanced blue balling mode. I don't.
This is like a blue ball that can only exist in a fictional sense.
Yeah,
and that the creator is actively fucking with you. There's no internal logic for this at all. There's no reason why this would be this way inside this world. Her conception of what their relationship is obviously farcical.
Yeah, I mean, if I try to like, you know, like accept this on its own terms, I just hate her. Like she becomes less likable when you when you consider this whole situation. You know,
they're just both pathetic. It's like,
well, yeah, obviously like, he's a harem protagonist.
But like she's pathetic. It's like just suck him off. Like just suck him off, or you have to watch him obviously get pussy by somebody else because he's a guy that can make jewelry out of fucking dead flowers. Like that's a pussy magnet. That's over. Like you're going to watch him run through the entire school, because that's got to be what happens here. It's like, I know that we've got one other girl in the promo art here, but I just refuse to believe that it ends there. It's got to be a bunch of other hoes along the way.
He has to make friends with all the other girls. Yeah.
Make friends.
Yeah, he's gotta make good friends.
Yeah. I kind of felt this was it feels a little cheap, not like visually, but feels cheap in its premise, and it doesn't satisfy its own internal logic. I don't buy it. Doesn't make sense.
She doesn't want to ruin their friendship. What do you mean?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, the girl is cute, but other than that, it's like just kind of whatever. It's fine.
Both girls are cute. Main character is nothing, obviously, because he's a harem protag.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it. It's just confused me. That's all. I was just confused by it.
Rom-com, sorta.
Nexto?
Yeah, that's a pretty easy one, I guess. Nexto, there's also this guy. Oh yeah, I don't like that she's dated guys. That's weird. Stop it. Not gonna.
I actually liked this dynamic here where they're both possessive of him. Where like clearly their feelings for each other were never serious enough to get in the way with the fact that they both love this dude, which is great. I actually kind of enjoyed that dynamic. I like that scene a lot. I thought it was probably the funniest thing in the show. Anyway,
that is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Okay. Nazotoki wa dinner no atode. They couldn't use the Japanese. You don't want to sound like a square and use the Japanese word for dinner. Come on now. You have to say dinner. Where the fuck is? Oh, here we go. The dinner table detective. The noun detective. The detective of the noun.
The lady of the night detective.
The detective of the city noun.
City detective. City cop.
City detective. City cop. Detective. Mystery.
Investigator of mysteries in the city by cop woman.
Vending machine.
Hold on.
King.
Yo, have you seen anything from Gun Cop Vending Machine? It was like 1988. It was the sickest fucking OVA ever. Anyway.
Wait, is that real?
No.
Oh, okay. I mean, there was a vending machine show.
But Gun Cop Vending Machine.
Gun Cop, that's a... Yeah, that was a discarded Trigger show idea for the.
It's actually just softcore porn.
Want to do another one like we did, no, Ninja Slayer was enough, man. You don't have to do Gun Cop.
Yeah, it's really just an excuse to have naked women on the screen for most of it. He saves a prostitute, and then that prostitute ends up coming back to live with him in his home, in his apartment. And then she never wears clothes for the rest of the series. But she's like his bridge bunny, right? Like she's the one on the radio giving him like a briefing as he's driving to the next case. And she really wants to fuck him, but he won't do it because he knows that it's wrong and like taking advantage of his authority position. But it's playful for her to try to fuck him. Like when he comes home from a case, like he'll get in the shower and she'll try to get in the shower with him, and he'll kick her out.
He's always riddled with bullet holes, like walking into the apartment, and she's like, "Oh, Gun Cop Vending Machine." She's got like the nightmare. That's what Steven and I watched the film Heavy Metal, and that's what a lot of heavy metal is like, because it was made by what's his face, like that, like the Fritz the Cat guy, who's just a sex pervert. So it's just like, it's always just like this incredibly visual, like insane.
Is that Bakshi?
Was he in that? Was he involved in?
Let's see. Heavy Metal. Who did Fritz the Cat?
Maybe Steven was just wrong. I don't know.
It was directed by Fritz the Cat is Ralph Bakshi. Who did Heavy Metal?
Was he
Gerald Potterton?
Oh, I don't think he was actually involved in. Okay. I don't know what the fuck Steven was talking about, but it's that type of guy who's making.
They're all the same. They're all the same dude. They're all Jewish dudes that live in cities,
like R.W. Crumb or whatever.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so, they're all like vaguely fascistic fucking city dwelling Jews.
Yeah,
I think.
just like countercultural to the point of absurdity, where they just want to be weirdly transgressive, and also they have like. Ladies stepping on them fetishes, but heavy metal will be a lot of like extremely stylistic, phantasmagoric, crazy, pulpy comic book inspired stuff happening, and then a lady's just like, oh, and she takes all her clothes off. It's like, all right, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. It was made by a bunch of dudes cranked up on cocaine and acid at the same time. It's like that's people making it. It's the demo.
Yeah, but this is a mystery novel series. This one's Madhouse. So at least there's that. It's a fancy party with this lady, a bunch of ladies. I thought there was gonna be some subplot with this lady. Like, it seems like she doesn't know how to walk at first. She's wiggling around all weird. But she's a bit of a klutz. She falls over.
I like the short-haired girl. I like the short-haired girl with the pants.
Wait, the one who looks trans, or the one with like the little like the bob?
No, the one that looks trans. Yeah, it's a tomboy look.
Just a man.
She's got the pants that have legs on them, and it is a girl. We can hear her talk. I'm not seeing any fucking. She doesn't have the telltale signs of a trans person from an anime. She doesn't have like crazy rosy cheeks or anything.
I mean, at the best, it's definitely a lesbian because they gave her pants.
That's the thing is that's what really gets me going.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure.
We know this. Okay. This is known. This is not. I'm not revealing anything here.
Just checking up on.
Yeah. No. Lesbian's the best I could do anymore because tomboys don't fucking exist anymore.
They did kill them.
They've been executed by the culture. So now I have to make do with people that want to fuck me even less.
But they're talking for a while, and I was like, "Is there going to be a fucking murder?" And then eventually, there's kind of a murder, but then I think she's alive. So they can kind of maintain their somewhat lighthearted first episode tone. But our main character, who was at the party, has to change clothes because she's also the murder detective, and it's time for her to mystery investigate. And her detective partner guy shows up, and he's a very flashy, kind of showboaty guy. And then there's like they're interviewing the ladies, and then suddenly a guy busts in, and they have weird drama where she talks about how he loves another woman, and I don't know if it was it was kind of supposed to be a joke. I don't know. It happened so fast. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Everything happened so fast in this. It's a barrage. Now, here's the thing. Now, real quick, before we talk about anything actually regarding the substance of this show, did you notice the weird juxtaposition in styles between the interiors and the exterior scenes? Because, like, the interiors are kind of, like, plain and presented in a sort of normal... Like, look at that. Like, that's,
it has a different look to it. Yeah, it's like they did... Are they CG plants or something? I don't know.
I mean, the plants are definitely CG, and they do look like shit. But, like, if you go to, like, the stuff at the ball or the gala or whatever, that's a pretty down-to-earth presentation of reality. But go to, like, the exteriors. Like, go to, like, the guy in the car, and it's this sort of, like, elevated... hyper, cartoony. I don't know if
you should have gone farther with it. They should have been like, it's like this stuffy party, and then this guy's fucking blazing in, like,
it's
blasting.
It's not even just him. It's all of the exteriors, all of the wide shots outside look like American cartoon. It's very strange. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, I cut you off. I mean, all of this to me just screams this particular brand of Japanese detective media that never I mean, it's always had kind of a soft audience here, like Professor Layton, and like I think the biggest thing that probably made it over here was Ace Attorney. People liked Ace Attorney.
Yeah.
And I mean, I liked Ace Attorney, but that's what this is. This is just like one of those franchises, essentially. Really kind of silly, crime investigatorial
mystery. Yep.
Yeah.
And this all happened in like 20 seconds, where she's going from talking about like answering questions about a murder to then this guy comes in and it's like, we gotta go, and then she's like, but aren't you gonna marry me? And he's just like, we go through like 5 different subplots in like 10 seconds. It's the craziest thing ever. And then they just kind of and then this rude butler shows up, and he's like, I'm gonna be your butler now, and I'm very blunt.
It's probably made for people that have seen or that have consumed the original media. This is I actually didn't even dislike this. I gotta be honest.
It's not it's not really hateable. No.
It's just I was kind of trying to get a sense of what it is. All of the elements of the show are presented very bluntly, very quickly. Where it's like, here, she has this dynamic where she is the daughter of a wealthy Zaibatsu leader, basically, and she is also trying to keep up this appearance as a just a detective in the police force without any sort of like significant upbringing. That's immediately presented and established within like the first like fucking few minutes of the show, and didn't hate it. Not my kind of thing, but I gotta say it's probably kind of effective at what it's trying to do.
Yeah, it's
fine.
It's whatever.
Fine. It's the best season ever, so I'm gonna say this is like a solid like 8.5.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotta put my finger on the scale a little bit.
Worst of the best season of all time.
So far. Hey, let's be honest here. It's the worst of the best season so far is not even that terrible. Like we're kind of getting through this relatively unscathed, especially with the next show. Oh,
don't
boy,
want to jinx it. But yeah, next up, it's time for Anne Shirley. They made the title even less marketable, I feel like.
Yep.
Unless this works way better in Japanese for some reason. I don't know why. But it's a remake of that one thing that I see screenshots of sometimes, which is still based on the 1908 Canadian novel by Lucy Maud Montgomery. The only name more exciting than Anne Shirley.
What happened? What happened to all the mods? Where'd all the mods go?
Well, she's just a middle name mod. There might still be some middle named mods out there,
I was gonna say, I think that girl with the short hair from the last show is named Mod.
That's Mod. Yeah.
I'm really looking for a girl with Mod type energy.
Yeah, fuck your daughter up, name her Mod.
Yeah.
This is The Answer Studio. Crazy name.
Is this a spin-off? This feels like it's a spin-off of something else. I can't pinpoint what exactly it is.
We do start very suddenly, like where she's just walking with a lady and she's like, "Where we go?" I don't know. There's not much of an introduction, but no, this is just. It seems like this is just a straight up adaptation of the book. Again, they're not even like kind of,
No.
They're just starting from the beginning.
No spin. No, not contemporary. Not doing anything to fuck with this thing that clearly works because it has been adapted so many times. It is.
We just found out there's a Bruce Springsteen song, I think.
Yeah, let me look up what is it? Disambiguation? Is that what it is on Wikipedia?
On Wikipedia, it would be a disambiguation. Yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna look up the disambiguation of Anne of Green Gables.
I'm sure there's multiple stage plays. I'm sure there might be radio dramas.
Audio drama, yeah. Yeah.
Like old-timey radio dramas, like 30s,
Yeah, picture books, radio serials. Radio serials is what we call those.
Oh, yeah. There's probably like kids' TV cartoons, and then there's the Japanese, the anime from the 70s or 80s or whenever it was.
All right, you ready for the entire list? Here we go.
Hit me with that shit, yeah.
1919, silent film. We got 1934. We have a black and white adaptation. 1940, another black and white. This is a talkie adaptation. We have Akagi no An, Green Gables E no Michi. This is from 1989, released in 2010. This is Red Haired Anne, Road to Green Gables, an anime. This is a theatrical movie compilation consisting of the first 6 episodes of the animated TV series. We have radio productions, 1941. There's a British one, another one from the BBC in 44. 54, we have a Canadian radio drama. 66, we have a Slovak radio drama. 71, the Brits went back to it again because they didn't get enough. 97, the Brits figured, let's get one more in before Y2K. Focus on the Family Radio Theater. This seems to be a Christian production from 2004 with Mae Whitman portraying Anne. Mae Whitman, you might remember from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Let's see. Stage productions. We got Anne of Green Gables, the musical. Starting in 1965. There's one in Prince Edward Island. 9 Lives of L.M. Montgomery, a musical adapted from Montgomery's life and novel and her life. Whatever. Okay. I'm just gonna give up on all the theater ones. Are incomprehensible because theater people are disgusting. So television films. We got Akagi no Anne, animated TV series. That's the classic.
Yeah. 81, right?
Anne of Green Gables, the animated series from PBS Kids. Why don't you put this
Does it look
image
just as
up?
good as the anime?
Yeah, of course, it looks
Is it
even
just
better
as nice?
actually. Why don't you put that up there on the screen
Oh,
for us to take in?
what an adorable little girl.
Konnichiwa, Anne, before Green Gables.
Yep. This is the
Japanese
VeggieTales from the 80s or
anime.
something.
And Shirley, that's the newest one, of
Yes.
course. We also have, okay, here. Fucking God, how long are you gonna let me go with this? How long are you gonna
I
let me
thought
keep
we were
doing
almost
this?
done. I don't know. We got to 20.
No, we're barely getting started.
What do you mean? Just the newest anime. That's this year.
Well, first of all, we have to get the television films and episodic series live action.
Okay, I
in
get it. There's a
parentheses.
lot. All right, we're good.
Okay, Anne of Green Gables has been adapted 1,000 times over.
Yes.
The one that I have seen, I saw the first few episodes of Anne with an E, which is a Canadian adaptation of the material.
Is it animated or live action?
That is live action.
Okay.
The first episode aired in 2017. I watched this when I was in college.
What?
I
I didn't know this.
what?
I didn't know this lore.
didn't watch all of it. I just watched the first couple of episodes.
What caught your attention with that? Like, what brought that to your mind?
At this point in time, I was watching a lot of.
You were really into 16, and you were like, "What else is in Canada about teens?"
Well, I was watching Degrassi.
Okay, now I see the path. Now I see the.
I was watching Degrassi. I was watching
Anne of Green Gables 2, Back to the Hood. That was an important.
Skins. I was watching Secret Life of the American Teenager, and this kind of came up in the. This kind of came out.
Yeah, man.
Birds do it, bees do it, even educated fleas do it. This came up, and I watched the first episode of Anne with an E, which I thought was far less charming and exceptional than Anne Shirley, which is
was it like was it a modernized adaptation or was it just a straight?
No, it's a straight play. Straight play. The thing is you have to get Anne right.
Yeah,
and
I don't even. I mean, like, maybe this just speaks to this show or this adaptation's quality, but like I feel like I can, I never read this book, but I get this character immediately. It's extremely, like, I feel like this character has probably permeated culture in other places where it's just like I know exactly. Yeah,
this is Genki. This is Genki.
It's a Genki,
I can understand why Japan loves
kind
this.
Of head in the clouds. Yeah.
So please tell us about the trajectory of our character Anne.
Yeah, I mean she's a very whimsical, cheerful little stinker.
Yes, stinker is the perfect adjective.
Yeah, she's dramatic. And she's great. It's so good.
She is.
I felt so stupid, like enjoying this 100-year-old thing that everyone like knows about so much. I was like, she's funny.
She is the best.
It's amazing. Yeah.
Good luck not liking this. You have to be such a piece of shit, and that's the whole first episode. The whole first episode is about people who had their mind set. It's perfect. I mean, it's the first the way. I mean, look at the show too, but like the whole first episode is two people who have. They have not taken in a child out of some sort of like they're not coming at it from a place of being philanthropic. This is a need for them because they are growing older and they can no longer carry out all of the tasks that they have to carry out as they grow older. They don't have the same energy they used to. They don't have children of their own. They need to take in a child who can bear some of the load of being people at this point in time, right? They need to manage their property or whatever the fuck. And they needed a boy, but god damn it, they can't bring themselves to send her away because she's so awesome. she's so arresting. I just and they do her such great justice here, as if I read the book. You know, as I'm talking as if I read the book.
Happy D says he thinks they made her a little more Genki, a little extra.
Well, this. I'm glad they did, because this is fucking wonderful.
I think it's a nice balance. Yeah,
this is terrific. Please go on. Tell me about how much you liked this.
Yeah, it's really good. It's like, you know, you get like the character. She's like, you know, she has a very vivid imagination. She loves naming things. She names everything. she names lakes and trees. She gives everything her own silly little name. My favorite part was when, like, she finds out that the lady doesn't want her because she wanted a boy. And it's like this crushing moment. And so she starts sobbing. But then as she's sobbing, she just lets herself into the house and walks right past the two people. And they're just looking at her walk. Oh, yeah. And then she sits at the table so that she can, like, wax poetic about how sad she is. It's the perfect tone for that moment. It's like, because it's just hilarious.
It's the whole show. And this is the thing with the E didn't have. The whole show revolves around her. Everything is just something for her character to work against, basically. And man, my God, how charming!
Yep.
It's probably my favorite thing I've seen this season.
Yeah,
you know,
I wasn't expecting. Yeah, this you know, reboot of this thing. You know, another one I almost was like, do we have to watch this? Came pretty close to skipping this one. Again, this is why we don't skip stuff a lot of the time. You know,
this is a 10. This is a 10. This is a 10. This is one of the best first episodes of anything we've ever watched. It's a delight, and in everything. The structure of it is perfect too. And you always know where it's going, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that you know when she gets on the horse and buggy with that old woman that she's going to win her over. It's so fun to watch it happen. It's what a delight.
Yep.
Hard recommend. I wish everything could be this good.
Yep.
And it also we didn't even talk about the fact that it looks great.
Oh yeah,
like
this super is nice. This looking. Yeah.
Who did this? The Answer
JC
Studio?
Oh no, it's not JC. Sorry, the last one was. Wait, why did I say
The Answer Studio?
The Answer Studio.
Founded in 2004. Founded by Motoyoshi Tokunaga, former representative Walt
Tower
Disney
of God
Animation
Season
Japan.
2. You may remember them from. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know
They just decided to pop off with this one.
They snapped. They absolutely snapped on this. This is
City
it
Hunter,
looks
the
fucking
movie Angel
awesome.
Dust. I didn't know there was a City Hunter movie called Angel Dust. That's hilarious.
How did they get the contract for this? Because this is like, I mean, this is a real property that has staying power. Obviously,
they worked on Suzume.
Is this just public domain at this point? Like, are they just working like?
Be. Yeah.
I mean, I hope this brings them a fucking bajillion dollars, man.
It's probably gonna be 100 episodes like that last one.
I hope they're able to keep that quality up. What a delight! It almost makes me wish I wonder if I should just read the book, because it's so this is terrific. Get an English dub of this ASAP. Also, like, holy shit, man.
Oh man, where everyone are they supposed to be Irish? What are they? British?
They're Canadian. This takes place in Canada, dog.
But
I think this is
so
in
British.
I think it's in Newfoundland.
Oh fuck! Give them all Newfoundland accents. That'd be awesome.
Let me confirm this. But yeah, some knuck up there should be doing.
I mean, she was Canadian, but was she from? Nova Scotia. Okay.
Oh, Prince Edward Island, which is okay. So so it's just north of Maine. Okay. Nova Scotia. There you have it.
Yeah. Similar to Newfoundland.
Wunderbar.
Yep, that's just great. That's delightful.
Next, Lasto, I guess.
Which one was Flag again? They made Flag?
God, I swear to fucking God, I was laughing so hard I was almost crying while watching this.
Which part specifically, like, or just like all?
Just about all of it. I think it might have been it was when she was on the horse and buggy riding to the house for the first time, and it was like there's the dramatic irony of like because she immediately wins over Matthew or Mr. Cuthbert, like instantaneously. Like obviously he's never going to let her go. Actually, you know, and I just was cracking up the whole way.
Yeah, she's like the guy's not talking, and she just goes on and on. Oh yeah, this this Flag thing, this ONA. We almost watched this, but it looked too silly. Just watch the OP to Flag at the end of this and pretend it's a good anime and never look into it.
Fair play. I will absolutely do that after this. That.
Yeah, that'll be how it exists in my memory.
Wonderful.
Highly recommended. All right.
Nexto
and lasto for this episode. This part. Katainaka no Ossan Kensei Naru. From old country bumpkin to master swordsman : my hotshot disciples are all grown up now, and they won't leave me alone. Stop it.
They really won't.
Light novel Passion and Hayabusa. This one is about instead of a king, he's a sword guy, and he needs some kids because his folks are getting antsy. And enter sexy
everyone.
Sex android Alucia Citrus, which is even too porny a name even for anime, I think. I don't know. Voiced by Nao Toyama. I was thinking, like, where's Nao Toyama this season? It's Nao Toyama. She's here. She's Alucia Citrus. He's got a new mission. He has to be like a teacher at a school or something, even though he's old.
My new mission is I have to get pussy.
Yeah, his mission is to get as much pussy from his
last ride
from his former students, which you know, since Japan is a normal place, is not something that
this will not be in America. we had a teacher in our school who was married to one of his former students.
When we were in school, like one of the teachers who was there.
One of the teachers, it was one of the teachers who was there had moved up from, I gotta say, like Louisiana or something. He was a history teacher in 7th grade. Okay. He was a notorious disciplinarian, and he was married to a girl that he had taught when he was much younger.
Okay, so he was married. They were married at the time. They're not married now.
Yes, I think this is how the name is spelled. I'm sending this to you right now. I don't remember if you remember this man.
I remember. Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, that was he was married to one of his former students, and I guess by the time he was teaching us, he was probably 40.
Yeah, probably.
Or something. Maybe they moved because it was frowned upon. I think that the issue is a thing of like if this character was like finding 13-year-old girls to teach them how to be swordsmen, and then the entire time like seducing them until they became 18, that would be
different. Or if he's just finding them now when they're adults and trying to fuck them, even that would be like. I'm not saying I would have a problem with it, but that would also be a different thing. But he's just oblivious anyways. It's just all these girls.
Yes, this is the most presentable version of this.
He has 1,000 pieces of hot young ass that he like nursed back to health from explosions and fucking sword wounds. Yeah. Just lined up.
But he played this right. He played this right. He's totally on the straight and narrow. They really go out of their way to make sure that he is as in the clear as possible. You would have to really go out of your way to be like, this is gross. Because this is entirely coming from the other side.
Yeah, he's not trying. He didn't try to do it.
No, he just is a natural pussy getter.
Yeah. Yeah, he hits grand slams and he makes pussy gush. So he just kind of meets a bunch of girls in this first episode, and also this dude
is really boring.
Who he fights. Yeah, his parents kick him out until he finds a wife. Oh, there's also this there's this muscle wolf boob lady. Oh, there's this girl, and then there's this muscle wolf boob lady. And then he has a sword fight at the end. Yeah, it's
at least. But here's the thing: is this a show about a guy who gets summoned to another world to save a kingdom that's dying, and he learns there's like 5 people that are summoned, and all of the other people get powers of like your power is that you have a gun that blows everything up, and your power is that you're the greatest healer ever, and then he learns that his power is that he can make beats grow faster? No, that's not what this is. This is at least something slightly different. And that's why this is the best season ever. Because we have not hit the true lows. I have not felt despair this season. I don't know if you have. I certainly haven't. And that's why we're going so slow through these, is that we're savoring.
Despair, yeah.
We're savoring this. We're really getting the mouthfeel for this season. And all of it, even I swear to God, a year from now, we're going to be looking at this season and be like, holy shit, give me spring 2025 again. I am begging you. Because we already have 2 shows that are excellent. Like, unequivocally excellent. And the worst shows that we watched would be in the middle of the pack other seasons. This is the best season ever. Well, I called it. Did I call it?
Yeah, so far, you have absolutely called it.
I've already doubled down. I'm ready to fucking quadruple now.
At the end of this, we might have to go through every other season we've ever done and see if there's one better than this.
I am... Obviously, there's going to be a season where there's more top-end good content. But are there any seasons where the low-end content is this middling?
Yeah.
You know? Like,
probably
we're
not
not...
many.
I don't think so. So I doubled down after the first episode. I'm taking my winnings from doubling down. I'm quadrupling down. This is the best season ever.
Mm-hmm.
We're fucking living our best lives right now, man.
Yep. We can't jinx it because it's just
we can't lose. We can't lose.
To another world to eat hair on the floor of a low-end barber shop. No, it's next episode. We're doing that one.
Good jackass bit.
Yep. A bunch of
play us out.
Back here.
Let's get out of here. There's nothing to say. Let's get out of here. We fucking cooked it. We crushed it. We didn't even have to do anything. We didn't have to lift a finger. And this season's good.
No. Flag anime creditless opening. All right, thank you everybody. We will see you for part 3 of the greatest season ever, which means it's going to be the greatest part 3 ever. So stick around for that. It's going to be so... It's going to be even better than this one. I guarantee it right now. I promise.
That's... Uh-oh.
I will kill myself if it's not true.
Go cock a gun. It's earlier.